Am I the asshole? For giving my stepdaughter's dog to my nephew? My boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years. He also has a daughter from his previous marriage. We have been living together in my house for the last 2 years, which my grandparents gifted me after I finished my master's degree because they decided to move to nursing home. When my boyfriend and his daughter moved in, I made it very clear that I do not want any cats or dogs. I don't hate animals, but I don't like pets, and these furry animals shed a lot of hair which will ruin the antique furniture in the house. I also don't want any responsibility of taking care of them. My sister wanted a dog for the longest time, but when she got one she wouldn't take him for walks or make sure his bowl was filled with water and food, so I had to carry that mental load. It was also a nightmare having to travel anywhere. BF and stepdaughter knew these terms and accepted before they moved in. When I came home from work last week, my stepdaughter surprised me with a husky pup. I'm not a dog expert, but I know this breed sheds. I asked her how did she get this dog, and she said her daddy decided to get her one as a reward for getting good grades. I was angry and confronted my BF. He said it's not a big deal and stepdaughter will take care of the animal. I told him he has 2 days to rehome the pup or I'll do it. He called my bluff, so after 2 days I decided to take the pup to my cousin's farm. His son has several dogs, so the pup will be in good company over there. My stepdaughter was crying day and night when she found out. My boyfriend also called me a bitch for taking a pet away from a child, but I don't care. It's my house and it's my rules. My BF's family have since been blowing up my phone calling me an evil stepmother for what I did, but I don't think I did anything wrong. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Just end the relationship. With this level of disrespect from your boyfriend, this relationship will never work. Well, what you should have done is give them 2 days to leave with the dog. Not the asshole. Such things need to be agreed on by all parties. Not the asshole because it's your house and you made your stance very clear. I feel bad for the kid because she got put in this situation by your boyfriend's bad decision, and you ended up having to play the villain. What an asshole. Like, I love dogs and have 2 of my own, but if someone says absolutely no dogs in their house, it should just be no dogs. If the BF had a problem with this, he should have talked to you first, not to mention if your main problem is shedding, why the hell did he get a goddamn husky of all dogs? Not the asshole. I came here thinking I was going to be calling you a huge but wow. Your BF is extremely disrespectful and I honestly would get out of that relationship. He knew how you felt, ignored your boundaries, then called you a bitch and told his family. You don't have to put up with that, and you deserve to be treated better. Not the asshole. Dogs aren't some prize for getting good grades, they are a huge responsibility and burden to a household. Your household, it's beyond disrespectful that your BF did this, and he should be ashamed for being so rude. You did the right thing, and I would consider the type of person who just brings a dog into a house so casually and against others' wants. So rude. Not the asshole. Tell him to pick up the dog from your cousin after he finds his new place. You never surprise anyone with a puppy, and the whole household needs to be in agreement. Not the asshole. Your boyfriend was the asshole. Also, huskies are the stubbornest and noisiest breed of dog. SD is 15. In 3 years, she's going to be leaving for college, and it is highly unlikely that she will be able to take the dog with her. It'll get left with dad and stepmom. You aren't compatible. Break up with him. Not the asshole. I made it very clear that I do not want any cats or dogs. At some point, your BF decided that you weren't really serious, and figured that it was better to beg for an apology than ask permission, apparently under the impression that if it was disguised as a gift to his daughter, you'd cave. He thought wrong. A husky? As a starter dog? Oh heck no. Not the asshole. You might be single over this, but that may be a good deal in the long run. Not the asshole. Who gets a dog without discussing it with their so, particularly when it's their so's home? You have a boyfriend problem. I suggest addressing it before it grows bigger. Communication has broken down and your boundaries are being trampled. Not the asshole. You made it clear no pets. Like you say, your house, your rules. If he does not like it, he can also move out as well. I love dogs but not the asshole. 1. It's your dang house. He didn't contribute to it, so he should respect your rules. And they agreed to respect those rules before moving in. 2. Dogs are messy, shedding, hairy, drooling, chewing, occasionally misbehaving beasts, especially as puppies. I think they're adorable, but also I do not want a puppy because of all that. 3. Huskies are high maintenance and from everything I know, heavy shedders, like, enough to make another husky level of shedding. Frankly, I'd break up and insist they move out immediately. Because it's quite clear that your BF doesn't respect you or your house. Not the asshole. But I think it's time for you to reevaluate the relationship. If he's willing to stomp all over your boundaries, how else is he going to disrespect you? It's like he's already decided that you have no say in the home you own. I don't want dogs. Okay, but how about a giant dog that has ton of hair? Not the asshole. Why on earth would your BF do that after you were so clear about your wishes? Especially a husky which sheds a ridiculous amount. And in your house he clearly has zero concern for your desire, or his daughter, as he thinks it's cute to set the two of you against one another. This is a devious or thoughtless man. Careful. Not the asshole, especially because getting a pet should have been a joint decision. Double not TA because you had made your stance perfectly clear. Not the asshole. Why are you still with the boyfriend after this much disrespect? Not the asshole. Your boyfriend made a big decision that he knew went against the agreed terms for living in your house. When you confronted him, he acted like what you want didn't matter and tried to railroad you. Your boyfriend called you a bitch for sticking to the terms you agreed. When he moved in, your boyfriend called you a bitch. He got his family to call and harass you. Why are you with this loser? Not the asshole, but only slightly. You shouldn't have given away SD's dog without talking to her first. Your BF basically manipulated you by just getting the dog without discussing it with you. Now, you become bad in SD's eyes, as according to her, you took away her dog. I don't think she'll be able to see that her dad was at fault. Also, you should have kicked out BF too, not just the dog. Your house, your rules. But if I were the BF, I would leave. Not the asshole. She had this for 2 days, it was not like you took away a pet she had for years. Time to kick the two of them out as well. Not the asshole, although you would have done better to rehome your boyfriend as well. Not the asshole. Tell him she can have the dog back, but he will have to go find a home to rent for it to live in. Edit: like naming children, buying animals is a 2-yes conversation, not a surprise. ESH. The limit you had a right to set was rehome the dog or move out. It wasn't your dog to rehome. Just end the relationship and tell him to move if he can't respect your boundaries. Not the asshole. Huskies are absolutely the worst choice for your first dog. Not the asshole, but I think you could have just kicked them out with the puppy because your relationship is likely done and at least stepdaughter could have kept her puppy. Unless they can get it back when they move out. Even if they don't leave, do you want to be with someone who decided your views and home didn't matter as much as what they wanted? And they used their daughter to do it, which sucks for her and you. ESH. The proper response when he got the dog and then refused to get rid of it would have been to get rid of the boyfriend. He apparently thought you'd let him trample this boundary for some reason. I wouldn't want to continue that relationship. Woman shrugging, the girl was not at fault. You technically stole the dog, although I understand your frustration. I also don't understand why the boyfriend didn't go get his daughter's dog back and then look for a new place to live rather than just getting angry, but that's another matter.